Aloha! Welcome to Aloha ASMR. I will be your host, and my name is Leilani. This evening we'll be reading something that's very exciting. It's actually 14 Pokémon facts, and many of you may not know that much about. So if you'd like, please sit quietly and relax and listen as I talk to you about these facts. In Pokémon Emerald, players could obtain an old seaman via an event, and it would allow access to a place called Faraway Island. On this island was a wild mead. Now, before the player enters the forest area where mead was found, there's a sign that reads, "The writing is fading, as it is written a long time ago. Bear, sixth day. If any human sets foot here again, it be a kind-hearted purse, if let hope I depart." In the Japanese version of the game, this message is mysteriously signed G, and the first half of the name is missing. The only character in Pokemon universe that really fits the signature is our Kanto friend, Mr. Fuji, who was known to be involved in Mewtwo's creation. With this in mind, it appears Faraway Island holds the Mew that was used to create Mewtwo, as mentioned in Cinnabar Island's diary entries, and was brought to a remote island out of harm's way. Granted, this a bit of an assumption, but it's very intriguing nonetheless. On to our next fact. The Old Man in Meridian City. Anyone who has played the original Pokemon games will remember the grumpy old man lying in the street of Meridian City, refusing to let the players pass until he's had his coffee fix. Amusingly, in the Japanese version, he's not that grumpy and stubborn, but rather passed out from being drunk. This was changed for the West as it was deemed unsuitable for the age group games were targeted at. The next fact is how to reach level 87 in one battle. If the conditions are correct, it is possible for a level 1 Pokemon to level up all the way to level 87 in a single battle. The criteria is strict, however, it must involve defeating a trainer-owned Blissey, as Blissey gives the highest experience field with an internationally traded level 1 Pokemon who is holding a lucky egg. Almost a bunch of other factors. Suffice to say, you won't come across this phenomenon by chance. And our next fact is how Azumarill can evolve into Marill. What happens is actually possible for a female Azumarill to evolve into a male Marill. The reason for this is because Azumarill and Marill have different gender ratios. Azumarill have a 75% chance of being female, where Marill is only 50%. Due to the mechanics that decides the gender of a hidden value, called a personality value, combined with this unique ratio difference, 1 in 3 females Azumarill will change gender when they evolve. Now, for our next fact, the mysterious truck. The infamous truck that appears in the beginning of one of the Pokemon games. In Generation 1, it actually returns and remakes Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Sadly, yet again, there is no Mew under it. But interestingly, there is a lava cookie as a reward for those curious players. If you're not familiar with the truck, in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, there was a mysterious truck parked in the area where the SSN was docked. It could only be reached by acquiring the surf and cut without letting the SSN sail away, something that could be achieved with trading. It was a unique piece of scenery with no obvious purpose, leading to the intense speculation that contained a secret item or Pokemon, such as a Mew. Now for our next fact. Doduo and Dodrio can fly. Despite having no visible wings and being based on flightless birds, both Doduo and Dodrio can actually learn to fly. They achieve this by rapidly moving their legs in a circular motion. It's very amusing, and we can be seen firsthand in Pokemon Stadium. The next fact is the mention of shiny Pokemon. Pokemon Black and White are the first games to use the term shiny Pokemon. Prior to this, NPCs in previous game generations made references to different colored Pokemon in general sentences, but never referred to them with any sort of name. Interestingly, however, the term haute couleur appeared on the list of words one can input for phrases or responses that the player has the option of using at intermittent points in the game. Now, our next fact is why is Splash a normal move? In Japan, the useless move Splash is actually called Hop. This explains why it is a normal type move and not a water type move, and can be used by Pokemon such as Hoppable or Spoink. Now, we're almost done. Fact number 10. Raiden is the first Pokemon. Raiden, the 122nd Pokemon in the natural dex, is something of an unsung hero. It holds the distinction of being the very first Pokemon to be created, and honor some people incorrectly assume to belong to Pikachu or Bulbasaur. As a result, Raiden was also the first Pokemon to be entered into Red and Blue with the index number of 001. Dinosaur-like statuses found all throughout Kanto are thought to depict Raiden because of this reason. Now, for our next fact, Absol and natural disasters. According to Pokédex entries, the Dark-type Pokemon Absol is said to appear in places that are about to experience a natural disaster. Though generally Pokédex entries are intended to be taken with a pinch of salt, Absol actually creates some appearances near disasters. For example, in Pokemon Platinum, wild Absol appear in Mount Cornet and can be encountered by the player before Giratina is released by Team Galactic and the Distortion World is opened. In Black and White, Absol appear in the Giant Chasm, a place that disaster is said to fall upon those who enter. Pikachu in 2008. The origins of Hydreigon is the next fact. In an interview with Ken Sugiyami, he revealed that he intended for Hydreigon and its pre-evolutions to be designed as techno-organic, tank-like Pokemon. Ultimately, the designs didn't really work, so a different motif was chosen. The 3 Pokemon were based on Yamato no Orochi. This legendary 8-headed dragon serpent that some of you may be familiar with, as it sometimes is depicted in video games like Okami. According to Sugimori, the Hydrodon has one true head. Its oddly shaped wings and hands are meant to represent the others, and the odd purple lines across its body are actually a nod to its original tank design, as they resemble caterpillar tracks. Pikachu's protein. In 2008, a team of Japanese scientists discovered a protein. It's a bit more complicated than that. However, they named the protein Pikachu after, you guessed it, Pikachu. The protein's characteristics reminded them of Pikachu's speed and relationship with electricity. The creepiest Pokemon. Forget the eerie Shindinja or the whole host of wrong that is Mr. Mime. The bug-grass type Parasect needs some acknowledgement for being the creepiest Pokemon out there. According to its Pokedex entries, since evolving from Paras, the parasitic Tokozo mushrooms on its back have grown and completely taken over the host. What does this mean? It means the Parasect itself is in fact the mushroom controlling the Paras. Now a zombified shell of its former self, hence the chilling lack of pupils. Now this is our last fact for the evening. Charizard is the same height as Lionel Messi. Of all the statistics that an individual Pokemon species has, two in particular are often overlooked by players because they only subtly affect gameplay. Height and weight. The Pokedex gives the average height and weight for each Pokemon species, and there are some very surprising comparisons that can be drawn from them. For example, Arbok height is listed at 11.06, which for snake-like Pokemon is assumed to be the lake, which happens to be the same legendary Pokemon, Groudon. Many people assume Charizard or Dragonite to be towering dragons, but they have an average height of 507 and 703, respectively. Looking at weight, the turtle-like Golem weighs almost 100 kilograms, more than the legendary Rayquaza. Despite being similar height, everyone's favorite electric mouse, Pikachu, weighs almost 6 times as much as Jirachi or Manaphy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all our facts for this evening. Thank you all again for sitting with me and listening to the Pokemon facts. P.S. What I thought was actually really funny of another fact about Pokemon was, even though Ash Ketchum's supposed to catch all of the Pokemon, he's actually only caught 40 on record. Thank you again, and I hope that you have a beautiful evening and a wonderful day. Aloha.